comic rift. Kaito lived in a world of stark black and white, of explosive energy and desperate battles. His life was drawn with a G-pen, every emotion punctuated by speed lines. "Dragon Fist," he yelled, his punch a starburst of ink. Miles and stories away, Jinwoo's world was painted in the soft colors of a digital canvas. Rain fell in gentle, vertical streaks down the screen of his life. Under a shared umbrella, a girl was about to confess her feelings. It was the perfect scene. And in another reality, Miling moved like watercolor on silk. Her world was a scroll of ancient mountains and flowing robes. Each graceful movement of her sword practice was a brushstroke, painting a story of discipline and honor. Suddenly, Kaito's world tore. A jagged, rainbow-colored crack split the screen-tone sky. The ink of his reality seemed to bleed and run. "What? What is that?" he gasped, his battle forgotten. The crack appeared in Jinwoo's world as a shattered screen. The soft rain turned to digital static. The girl's face pixelated, her confession lost in a burst of corrupted data. The perfect moment was broken. For Miling, the world's canvas ripped. The painted mountains smeared, and the colors of her serene landscape ran together in a chaotic mess. The rift was a wound in the very paper of her existence. A violent lurch, and Kaito was pulled through the tear. He landed hard on pavement that was somehow both a detailed manhwa street and a roughly sketched manga background. The air buzzed with the chaos of mismatched stories. "Watch where you're going," a smooth voice said. Kaito looked up to see a boy drawn in a completely different hand. He was too clean, too colorful. "Your art style, it's so loud," Jinwoo said, frowning at Kaito's heavy outlines. A third figure landed silently beside them, her movements as fluid as wet ink. "This place is wrong," Miling stated, her painterly style a stark contrast to both of them. "Our worlds have been broken and forced together." They looked around. A Wuxia warrior was arguing with a high school romance character. A giant shounen robot stumbled through a historical drama set. Screen tones peeled off buildings, and dialogue bubbles from different stories overlapped into nonsense. "It's a comic rift," Jinwoo murmured, piecing it together. "A tear in the fabric of narrative itself. All our stories are bleeding into one another, and the plots are unraveling." They all looked up at the same time. High above the chaotic city was the source, a colossal, swirling vortex of pure story energy, spitting out mismatched panels and corrupted text. "We have to get up there," Miling said, her eyes fixed on the vortex. It was the wound that was killing their worlds. "I'll smash it," Kaito declared, powering up his energy fist. "No, wait," Jinwoo countered. "An emotional core that big, if you just attack it, you could unravel everything." "We must find its structural weakness," Miling insisted. Before they could argue further, the rift spat out a monster. It was a horrifying collage of clashing art styles, a manga beast's head on a manhwa character's body with flowing manhwa energy for arms. It roared in corrupted text. They were forced to fight as one. Kaito's raw power created openings. Mei Ling's precise strikes targeted the seams where the styles were stitched together. And Jinwoo, a hero of romance, saw the monster's tells, the emotional patterns in its attacks. They moved in a strange, discordant harmony. Defeating the creature, they finally reached the base of the rift. As they drew near, they felt a terrible pull. Visions flooded their minds, their homes, their friends, their own stories, all fading to white, being overwritten. "If we close this, our worlds will be gone forever," Kaito said, his voice heavy. Jinwoo looked at Mei Ling looked at Kaito. Their old stories were ending, but maybe a new one could begin. "Then let's give it a good ending," Jinwoo said with a sad smile. They joined hands. Kaito poured in his explosive shounen energy. Mei Ling channeled her focused chi. They didn't attack the rift. They fed it. They gave it a new, unified story. Jinwoo added the powerful, heartfelt emotion of 1,000 love stories. The rift did not close. It stabilized. The chaotic energy coalesced, and the world reformed around them, a new reality where bold ink, soft colors, and painterly grace existed side by side. Their old worlds were gone, but together they had created a new canvas, ready for a story that had never been told before.